And welcome back to another edition of Neon Trash. I'm your host, Tommy the Hammer, kicking it with my good buddy, Bee Cee.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
We're hanging out Friday night, per the usual, as we do on this channel. Tonight is Ben's pick for the flick. Ben, what are we going to be checking out tonight, man?
So, I brought a huge stack of movies tonight, not knowing if it was just going to be Tom or I, what was going down. But we did a horror movie podcast session before this, and so, you know, I figured out of everything I brought, why not mix it up with a drama for Neon Trash? So I brought the movie Moonlight, directed by Barry Jenkins. It's got Janelle Monáe, Trevante Rhodes, Naomi Harris, and Mahershala Ali. And if you don't know anything about this movie, you probably know that it upset La La Land for Best Film that year at the Oscars.
Right.
So yeah.
What a fiasco.
And I wouldn't say upset La La Land people, but this movie's great, so.
Right, you know, I've been wanting to actually watch this movie for a while, so when I saw it in Ben's stack of movies that he brought over, I was actually pleasantly surprised, because you guys know on Neon Trash, I like to keep things fresh, varied, random, and a drama film such as Moonlight is definitely not out of the question. So without further ado, guys, I think we're going to kick off the trailer. Check that out. We'll be right back.
What you looking at me like that for? What, man? Come on, you just drove down here? Yeah. Who is you, Sharon? For a long time, try not to remember. Try to forget all those times.
At some point, you gotta decide for yourself who you're gonna be. Can't let nobody make that decision for you.
You gonna tell him why the other boys kick his ass all the time? What's wrong?
I'm good.
No, I done seen good, and you ain't it.
Remember the last time I saw you?
You're my only. I'm your only. No, you gonna listen.
To who, Ma? Huh? To you? Who is you, man? I ain't seen you in like a decade. It's not what I expected. What did you expect?
Alright guys, so we just got done watching the movie Moonlight, and I'm still kind of reeling from what I just watched. This was a fantastic movie, through and through. By the very end, my jaw was on the floor, mainly because it's an extremely moving film with very relatable, you know, characters and endearing, you know, narrative. And I thought, you know, the cinematography really helped set the mood. You've got a fantastic soundtrack with an amazing setting that just kind of grips you from, you know, the very get-go. You know, my favorite aspect of the movie, I'd have to say, is the fact that you follow the main character through three important, you know, times in his life. And by the time you get to, you know, the third chapter, as you will, you're like reeling at the change this man went through. You can't believe it. You're like, my God, this is not even the same character. You know, that's why I love this movie so much, is that it made you feel a lot for these characters. And I think Moonlight is a fantastic movie, and I'm glad that we touched on it on our channel.
I watched this probably right after I had watched the Oscars and it won Best Film, and you know, if it won the film, and there was a big mix-up with everything in La La Land, and so I looked the movie up, and you know, as someone that was in political science and interested in Pan-African studies, you know, this seemed like an important movie to watch for me because, I mean, it's dealing with an LGBT person in the black community, and this movie does not shy away from that. And I remember, like, as soon as I watched it, just like you, I was gripped from the very beginning. The environment that they're in, what they've had to go through in all of their lives, the way the system in America is set up. I mean, how these people ended up where they are isn't an accident, and it's sad. And, you know, I don't like to give the Academy much credit, but the fact that this got nominated for stuff and won Best Film, I think it was deserving, and I'm glad that it being on that stage actually helped this movie get more eyes on it as well.
And it goes to show you that, you know, there are still film critics out there today that appreciate genuine drama in cinema. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm with you. I don't really put much weight in these award ceremonies. You know, I'm interested in them on a cursory level, but for the most part, whenever I hear that a movie won an award, you know, that doesn't really sway my opinion one way or another whether or not I want to actually watch the movie. You know, there's a lot of people out there that go through hell just because they're different, whether they're gay or transsexual or black or white, or it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's humans suffering through hell. Let's do the star count. So for me, out of 10 stars, Moonlight gets a solid 10 out of 10.
And I'm right there with Tom. This movie is, I mean, it's easily a 10. It's one of those ones, like, the first time I watched it, upon rewatching it, I don't even have to think about it. I hope that, like, 20 years from now, this is considered, like, classic American cinema. Like,
I feel like it will.
It's an important film, not just for now. I think it'll always be important. And as you said, everyone was pretty much perfect.
Yeah, and with a message that, you know, promotes ultimately that it's best to just, you know, be yourself and not to allow yourself to be dragged down by a toxic culture, toxic society, you know, with people that are constantly being negative and mean and abusive. To just be yourself. Life is so fucking short. That's my takeaway.